Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Thirsty Thursday. Happy Halloween, and I hope you all are having a great night. Enough of this nonsense. Let's get to the show.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome to another Halloween edition of Thirsty Thursday. Had to do a little something there in the beginning, right? It's Halloween after all. I just got in from being out front, giving out candy to all the trick-or-treaters. The kids have some friends over. They're out back playing basketball. They were giving candy out and running around as well. So it's like a summertime evening here in Maryland. I mean, it's like 70-some degrees today. Really warm. So had a good evening giving out some candy. We're going to kick it off, as we always do, with a toast for all of you who are here nice and early for the live stream. We're going to keep working away at this Woodinville bourbon that I got when I was in Kentucky. So to all of you here early, cheers and happy Thirsty Thursday. All right. Who do we have in here? I wasn't even paying attention because I had to get all dressed up. Well, a little bit dressed up. All right, let me go back to the beginning. We got first generation farmer was the first one to chime in, followed by the old trusty Ty Man. It's great seeing you in Ohio at the Paul Bunyan show there, Ty Man. WD30 logger Jason William Klein, how you doing? My buddy Dick from Old Guy Firewood, Foothills Firewood, Charlie Brown. Just scrolling through here real quick. Larry and Robin, I see you in here as well. Richard Titcomb. Marlon L. is here. BGW Enterprises. All right, so we got a good group in here already. Firewood Hut is here. Bert's Custom Cuts. The Hogs Logs is in here. Yeah, so let me get caught up here so we don't get too far behind right off the bat. But lots been going on here. If you've been seeing some of the shorts that I've been putting out, you can see how busy it's been, some of the debacles that we've had, and some new stuff that we're doing too. But before we get started and get too far into this, I don't know if he's here or not, but Ken Bauer from Ken's Cuts is mourning the loss of a loved one today, and he put it on Facebook. So I'm sure that he's okay with me bringing this up. But I just wanted to convey my condolences and my thoughts and prayers. And if some of you would like to, if you're into that, send some prayers his way for some comfort, some healing. Loss is never easy to deal with, and it takes time, and the support of other people certainly help you get through that. So I don't think Ken is here, but for those of you who didn't know, I wanted to take time to acknowledge that, since he is a great part of this community. All right, so if you've got a question tonight, as always, make sure you put Q's in front of it so that we can, or I can try to pick them out and answer. And if I can't answer the questions, I'm sure somebody in this chat room will be able to. I see Jack, Log Cabin Firewood's here. Yeah, and Ty Man is officially here. So very good. I wasn't sure if I should do this live stream tonight or wait another week and push it back, since it was Halloween and people have got plans going on with either their kids or their grandkids. It's a busy evening here in Maryland, Eastern time. It started at 5:30 or 6, and it ended just now at 8 o'clock. So if you're out west, it might be still going on. So yeah, even running over 500 eyes, Jack. That was it was a tough day for me. All right, so first question, Joe from Joe's Premium Firewood is here. All right, I'll see you, Jet. Thanks for coming over, buddy. Taylor Taylor's boyfriend was here tonight for Halloween. It's a tough pill for me to swallow, but seems like a good kid so far. But the jury is still out. That's a tough thing to deal with as a father to a daughter. Start bringing boys over. Start thinking about the things that I did when I was their age. But anyway, back to the discussion. Joe's firewood videos. How in the hell did the Ravens lose to the Browns? Ty Man's other team. Go Blue. Well, Joe, you follow football, so I'm sure you know that we play, or the Ravens play, I shouldn't say we, the Ravens play to their competition. When they play a tough team, they normally come through. And when they play a not so tough team, they just play down to their competition, I guess. I don't know. I mean, we've lost to the Raiders now and to the Browns. So that's, I don't know. Can't answer that one for you. Yes, Ken lost his mother-in-law. Thank you there, old guy Firewood. Oh, Dick. Oh, Husqvarna would have blew the tire out instead of breaking the saw. Well, that's a funny joke, but we all know that that's not true. Husqvarna probably would have been on the ground anyway because you would have had to pick up the steel so you had a saw that would run. Just kidding. Just kidding. Nobody get their feelings hurt here. It's all in good fun. Jeff LeVere is here. He said, how's everything going, Brad, and all the Woodhounds? Glad you could make it. Slowly creeping up here. People were jumping on. Adirondack Woodsman, good evening. Glad to see you stop by as well. And Bert's Custom Cuts has a question here. Give the boyfriend the wood splitting test to see if he's not afraid to work. Well, we are going to work up to that for sure. I gave him a pocket knife today. Today was the first day he's been over to the house. He's been coming to Taylor's volleyball games. He's been going to the football games on Friday nights. They've all been hanging out. Brady was not a fan in the beginning, but he's warmed up to him a little bit. So he's got Brady's approval so far. But yeah, once I get to know him a little better, we're going to see what he's made out of. And if he's not made out of the right stuff, we're going to have to try to turn him into that. But that's a great idea there, Bert. Another question here. Never had a steel pro saw, but looking for a good 65 to 75 cc saw to deck and port for Grant. Suggestions. Well, I really don't think there's another saw. If you're not looking at the 500i and want to go bigger than that, you got the 660 or the 880, right? That's the two bigger saws. Somebody in here will have some ideas for you. Not sure if you've ran a 500i, but if you're going to port it, I don't know if you're up on the fuel injection side of things or not, but I am not. So if I was going to build something or port something, I think I'd want to stay more towards a carburetor so that I'm a little more familiar with the operation. Oh, William Klein, we had a good little talk. I am very direct, firm, to the point, with a touch of laughter. Just a touch. I like to keep him a little unsure of how crazy I could possibly be. I told him they were giving out candy out front. It was still daylight. I said, let me tell you something right now, son. When it gets dark, don't be sneaking off anywhere because I'm watching. He said, yes, sir. So far, so good. Although on homecoming, when we went and had pictures done, he did not open the car door for my daughter. So we had a little learning session about that as well. And I gave him a pocket knife tonight and told him every good man should carry a pocket knife with him all the time. So we're going to see what he's made of. Slowly but surely, we will figure it out. And he's either going to step up or he's going to have to step away. Taylor warned him. Taylor warned him that I was going to be a tough one to deal with. So if his heart's not in the right place, then he's not going to put up with it, and he can move along. But all joking aside, so far so good. He seems like a really, really good kid. He's respectful. Taylor likes him. So we'll see how it goes. And Wayne Tharp has a question. So you haven't threatened him with welding his jewels in a vise and setting the shed on fire talk yet? Well, I'm sure that's coming. I'm sure we will get to that point. It's very early on in the game right now. Happy Halloween to you too there. Porter's Adventures in the house. Good to see you. Hope all is well with you. And the York Woods has joined in. So good to see you here as well. I told him, Dick, I told him not to bring his pocket knife with him to school. That's one of the first things I said. Don't bring this to school with you, but when you're not in school, make sure you have it with you. Come on in, Brady. And Dom. Everybody remembers Dom. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know Brady's good buddy Dom. And he's here tonight for Halloween as well. So everybody say hi to Dom and Brady.
Hey, everybody.
What are you guys doing?
We're just playing basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How late you hanging out, Dom?
I don't know.
You better talk to the missus inside.
What time is it?
It's only 10 after 8, so.
Oh, yeah, you probably just different a lot.
Yep. All right.
I think this is their first time seeing me without the mullet.
Oh, that's right. Brady got the mullet cut off. Turn around, let him see it. Yeah, he decided he was done with the mullet, so he got trimmed up in the back. I really didn't want him to do it. I thought it would just look like him, but he was ready to be done with it. You regret your decision?
No, not at all, honestly.
Not going to grow it back?
Maybe at some point, but not soon.
Gotcha. All right, let me get caught up here. There's Joe still talking about football. Brady's been into college football more this year than pro football, haven't you, bud?
Yeah.
He wanted to know how the Browns could possibly have beaten the Ravens.
Horrible this year. I don't know what we're doing.
Play to our competition, that's what he said. Richard Graham, Brad, love the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Always like hearing those good comments. I even like hearing the bad ones sometimes if it can help me improve something. But to know that people are watching the channel and get something out of it makes it worthwhile. I use my firewood at the furnace knife every day. Well, that's great to hear. Carrie, it doesn't have to be your firewood at the furnace knife, but I carry mine with me every day too. It's right here. Dom, you got yours?
Yeah.
You do? Where is it?
It's not home.
Oh, well, then that does you no good. Might as well not even carry it. I mean, you might as well not even have it if you're not going to carry it.
All
See?
right, we're going to head inside.
All right, buddy.
Night, everybody.
All right. Yeah, Brady definitely grew, and Dom has grown too. They're at that point in their lives, Dick, where they're starting to go through the changes, moving from boyhood to manhood. And I think Brady's grown like 4 or 5 inches in the past 3 or 4 months. So, yep. They're growing. Doctor says he might actually be 6'4", which would be an inch taller than I am. So I hope that happens. I hope he's taller than me. Brady could totally be a sports broadcaster. I tell you what, he obviously baseball is his dream. He really wants to play baseball in college and see how far that can take him. But everybody knows the chances of that are slim, but that's his dream. But he does have a desire to be in some sort of coaching or broadcasting, sports broadcasting career if that doesn't work out. So that's funny you say that there, because that is part of his plan. Brady's already left, but I can answer this question for him because we've been having this conversation every night watching the World Series. Aaron Judge just got in a little slump. I think Aaron Judge is a great ball player. He really had a bad game last night. Other than on offensively, he had a good game, but defensively, that one inning where the Dodgers were scored 5 runs on, I think, 3 errors in the same inning. That was something pretty crazy. But everybody goes through their ups and downs, and Judge was definitely in a little bit of a slump there. And but I'm glad the Dodgers won. I was rooting for the Dodgers. Hey, first super chat of the night here from Marlon L. It's Thursday, and I am thirsty. Cheers, everyone. Well, cheers to you there, Marlon. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that, and happy Halloween to you. The 3 Green Acres. Hello, Brad. Hello to you as well. Thanks for stopping in. Mike Geist is here. How you doing, Mike? Glad to see you here as well. BW35 Bucket. How are you doing? And happy Halloween. All right, I'm staying caught up with the chat here. 82 people in the room, so it's a little easier to keep up with. So I got a couple things on my list here I wanted to talk to you about, and I haven't checked this out yet, but I got a call from John, frickin' Jeep, earlier tonight, and I wasn't near my phone because I had it on the charger, but he left me a message, and I'll just let you listen to his message. How about that? That's pretty cool for a live stream. Here is John frickin' Jeep, and he wanted me to relay something to you all tonight. Here we go.
I know you're just sitting on a rocking chair on your front porch doing nothing, but I did a YouTube challenge to all the Woodhounds. So if you, I don't know if I'll be home. We got to go to the tax people, then go out for some stuff for the wife stuff to get to it on your Thursday night live. But I'm downloading a video right now. Challenge to all the Woodhound YouTubers how to get rid of their pumpkin after Halloween. So we'll see you later now. Bye-bye.
All right. So hopefully you were able to hear that. I had it right up to the microphone, so I hope you did. But anyway, John apparently uploaded a video just a little bit ago issued a challenge to all of us Woodhounds on how to get rid of your pumpkins after Halloween. So I haven't watched it yet, but he wanted me to relay that to you. So all of you guys in here that do YouTube, we have been challenged. So I am sure that we will be responding to his challenge as soon as we all get to check out what he put out for us. But there you go, John. If you're on here, if you're watching the replay, there you go. You should have plenty of responses to your challenge. Foothills Firewood, good evening. And I'm just trying to find my place here. I don't know if it's target practice. I don't know if it's pumpkin chunking. Jack says splitting pumpkins. That could be it. Maybe he's already watched it. I know Jack stays on top of a lot of channels. He really keeps up with everybody. So that could be it. Country Roads Life. Hey, Brad, great seeing you at Bunyan again this year. Just waiting for that new Axis to get delivered. Well, my friend, it shouldn't be too much longer. What is your delivery date? Let us know there in the comments. I'm sure you are chomping at the bit for that new Axis to get there. That thing is amazing. I got to run it, the new version of the Axis at Paul Bunyan, and it's pretty wild. It is pretty wild. And speaking of the Easton-made Axis, there's the man right there, Mr. Andrew Easton, saying happy Halloween to everybody, and happy Halloween to you as well there, Andrew. And if you haven't been keeping up with the Easton-made social media, there's some pretty exciting news coming out from them. They are in the process of designing and building a brand new processor, and it's going to be a bar saw type design, a little bit smaller. Here it is right here. This is a picture they put out on our website and on their social media pages, but it's single axle, bar saw, a little bit smaller, a little bit more affordable, and that thing is coming right along. So be following their YouTube channel. That thing's going to be outside getting tested and run through its paces here real soon. Pretty excited to see that, and looks like that might be something that I might be interested in. So we'll have to wait and see, but exciting news coming out of Easton Made, continuously putting out new stuff and pushing the envelope now with attachments and everything else as well. So pretty cool. Joe said getting rid of a pumpkin would be target for an AR, but YouTube wouldn't like that. I think Jack might have been onto it there with splitting, but not sure. I haven't seen anybody say that that's definitely what the video is yet or not. Where are we at here? Yep, the Evo. I caught that too, Jack. The Evolution. And he capitalized those 3 letters in his post. So I think that might have been a clue. And he said they have made awesome progress the last couple of days. I heard some rumors about it at Paul Bunyan. Heard that it was in the works. I did get a little sneak peek after Bunyan of the drawings, the CAD drawings, which I won't reveal where they came from because they did not come from Andrew. But yeah, so I kind of had a little bit of a heads up on what it was going to be and look like, but the pictures of it coming to life certainly brings it into a better picture for me. So it's looking really good. Heavy duty, rugged, just built tough like everything else. So just because something is smaller doesn't mean it has to be weaker. Country Road Life, your Axis, they had you hold off on the delivery for a few weeks. Going to call them tomorrow and arrange for my final payment, maybe next month or the end of December. Well, that would certainly be an awesome Merry Christmas gift to you. So, yeah, the lead times are really down now. So you can order one in 8-10 weeks, I think it is. You can have yourself a great machine. Around the Yard is here. Good to see you, buddy. It was great seeing you in Ohio as well. Really cool seeing everybody there. People are saying they're gonna use it for target practice on YouTube. I don't know how that would go off, but never tried doing anything like that to see what bells and whistles it sets off. People get offended by a lot of things now, so you never know. Joe, yes, I got the 500i all figured out. It's all back together. Everything seems to be running good. Technically, it wasn't really that big of a problem because I didn't have to get inside the motor, but that Saw's my baby. That thing is, I depend on that thing. That's my primary saw. 90% of the time, that's what I'm running. So when that happened, a little bit of panic set in, but just had to calm down, slow it down, do some research, and yeah, it all went back together well, and things are good. So hopefully that's a lesson learned that I will never have to deal with again. But aside from that, people are still talking about target practice and explosives. I don't know. You have to be careful. There's a lot of people that don't like that kind of controversial stuff. Speaking of that, there is an election coming up just a few days away. And to be honest with you, I can't wait till it's over. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if I fully trust everything or trust the process. But I reached out to both candidates to see if they wanted to send a message to you all tonight. And only one candidate responded. So if you turn up your volume a little bit, it's a little bit hard to hear, but I did get a message to relay to you all. So turn up your volume and I'll go ahead and show you that message now.
But good evening, Woodhounds. I just wanted to stop by and say hello to everyone and remind you to get out and vote. You know, this is probably the biggest moment in our history, and we got to get it right. So get out and vote. God bless you all, and God bless America. Now go cut some firewood.
So there's a little message to everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. Get out and cut some firewood. Andrew, both of my sweaters / hoodies have arrived, and I tell you, I'm about half afraid to wear them to work in. I mean, they're really nice. But Easton May does have an apparel section up on their website now. I kind of teased that last week when they arrived, and if you haven't checked it out, you can even get underwear. Easton made underwear. Go check it out. But yes, thank you, Andrew. They arrived safe and sound, and they are definitely on the top of my pile on my sweatshirt shelf. So, yep, I got both of them ready to roll. Lily's Farm and Firewood, how are you doing? Good to see you in here as well. Happy Halloween. Chris LeBlanc says, Axis is running great and ordered a 572. Well, I think half of that statement is friggin' awesome. The other half isn't too bad either. No, but congratulations on that. How long does it take you to get a 572? You say you ordered it. Are they not available on the shelf? They had a few of them at Paul Bunyan. I didn't know if there's a wait for those or what. I really don't keep up with the Husky saws too well. Question from William Klein here. Brad, don't feel bad. My girlfriend ran over one of my saws with my pickup. Man, I don't know how I would deal with that if somebody else had ran over my saw. That's a whole different scenario. You know, when you do it yourself, there's really nobody to blame except yourself. But if somebody else were to do it to your saw, I'm not sure I would have been able to handle that situation as calmly as I did. I set it on the trail and grabbed my other saw to cut brush in the ditch. All I had to replace was the handle. Well, that's good. That is good. Wonder how many viewers we lost after that video there. The undies aren't bad either. Got mine the other day. Need to get some to Jersey for Matt. Oh, man. And some flags. Get some flags on the website there. Everybody can fly a flag over. You know what? You got the umbrella holder on the splitters now. For days that it's not super sunny out, you could be also used as a flagpole. Shove a flagpole in that umbrella holder and wave the Easton-made flag. How about that? All right. York Woods says, pretty sure the viewers went up. All right, so we talked about the 500i, but I put out a short yesterday, and I built another Farmer Tech saw. I told you, I think 2 weeks ago when I was running the 460 in the yard that it made me want to build another saw. And I was thinking about building another 460, but then I changed my mind and I wanted to do something totally different. And this is what I came up with. Chaz's guys swear by these things, and you can't get them anymore. But this is a steel 200, well, it's not a steel 200T. It's a clone of a steel 200T top handle saw. And I ordered this thing. It got delivered last week, and I put it together in 2 evenings. And it is, let me tell you something. All the parts were there in the kit. Everything fit well. The only thing I had to really kind of contend with was the choke linkage on it was just a little tiny bit off. So I kind of played with that, put it in the vise, and kind of played with that a little bit, and I got it working really good. I really don't have a use for a top handle saw, but one of Chaz's guys wants to try it. So I think I'm going to put it in his hands and let him run it and see how it goes. So yeah, little 200T clone and more experience building saws. But yeah, that thing works a little different. The top handle is a little finicky. A lot of stuff going on inside that handle that you got to play with. Oh, Andrew, the flags are there now. I haven't checked recently. Awesome. Very cool. I have to check that out. And the motor sits sideways in that saw. Sits completely, you know, the top of the jug is not towards the sky, it's on its side. So, yeah, it was pretty neat putting that together. Hopefully it'll hold up. We'll see. All right. Almost missed it. I was busy watching the Easton Made Wood Splitter's newest grapple video. Well, I don't think I've seen that one yet then. If it's new, I haven't seen it yet. I just got in this evening and we had trick-or-treating. But anyway, Heath, glad to see you here, buddy. I have to check that out for sure. Is it, okay, the 60-inch grapple, that's the one that you had at Paul Bunyan. So we did look at that one. Chaz was almost ready to pull the trigger on that. But I tell you, the Mini is good for moving wood around. But for the Woodyard, I mean, for the tree jobs, the grapple on the Mini doesn't work as good as a branch manager because you need to feed the wood into the chipper. And with that branch manager, you can swing it 90 degrees and kind of feed it into the chipper a lot easier with a branch manager. And I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but I did talk to Andrew, and that's a possibility as well. There might be an orange and blue branch manager at some point. So they are constantly evolving. Shibe is in the house. What's up, guys? I'm on my way home from Walmart. Hopefully I can catch you before it ends. Well, we're only halfway done, buddy, so hopefully Walmart is not too far away. Okay, there you go. The 42-inch was at Bunyan and working on the branch manager soon. So hopefully I didn't give anything away there since the man himself just brought it up. So the branch manager will certainly be something that Chaz is going to be looking at. I think he needs a couple of them, actually. Andrew, if you want any feedback or if you want to talk to Chaz, about some good things and some bad things that he's experienced with different brands of branch managers, what he likes, what he doesn't like, I'm sure you have people you can talk to about them, but I'm sure Chaz would be willing to have a chat with you about that. If you're not done the design process yet, let me know. Glowing Firewood, New Jersey got a new toy in his Woodyard and can't wait to use it. So is that a suspense comment or are you going to let us know here? Because I'm not sure. Yep. He is definitely going to do the branch manager, so that's cool. All right, Logger Jason is back with us. I know he commented there in the beginning of the live stream, but he is back now. Had a telephone call. I'm just checking my list here. I think I already talked about everything that was on my list. So last month on the live stream, we completely forgot. Well, I completely forgot. Somebody in the chat brought it up as I was putting the closing screen up, but we completely forgot the trivia last month. So we are going to do 2 trivia questions tonight when we get to that point. And I've got a few of these that were made up by a buddy of mine that we are going to try to get rid of tonight. Some nice tumblers. They're white, so they're for indoor use, not for Woodyard use. But I've got quite a few of these here. Maybe we'll give a few of them away tonight. Ship those off to some lucky viewers on this Halloween evening. All right, where are we at here? Heath was at a dealer today looking at some steel saws, but it's not what he went home with. Uh-oh. What does that mean, Heath? All these people got these suspenseful comments tonight. Yeah, Jack, I saw you got those boots. Hopefully they break in good for you. They're supposed to be really good boots. Once you get them broke in, they're better than sneakers. That's what they say. Logger Jason with a question. For the record, I did not take the boots off at Bunyan. All right. Heath is premiering a video Saturday morning so that you will be co-starring in it. Andrew there. All right. Well, we'll have to look for that one as well. And there's Chris. They did not have the 572 XP in stock. So it doesn't mean that you can't get one on the shelf. That particular dealer just didn't have one. Gotcha. Very, very cool. I missed something back here I'm trying to find. I don't know where it went. So anyway, I don't know where it went. But so Chaz has been super busy with tree jobs. And I had a question go through my mind the other day of whether or not the people that watch my channel would like to see videos of the grapple truck working on jobs or see me working in the Woodyard. I try to kind of rotate that back and forth, but I'm not sure if people even want to see that because not everybody can relate to that stuff because not everybody has access, obviously, to a grapple truck. But it's been very, very busy. I've taken 4 loads of logs, like sawmill logs, to the sawmill in the last 3 days. A couple loads of firewood have come into the yard, and about 4 or 5 loads of firewood logs have gone out and been sold to customers in the area. But it's funny because when the logs come into the yard, what I've been doing is I separate my logs and then I separate the logs that we're going to sell. And the pile of my logs has been building up a little bit. And Chaz asked me the other day when we were going to get rid of some of that stuff in that pile. I said, that's for me. And he started laughing. He said, oh, okay, I'm the stockyard for your Woodyard now. And I said, that's right, because I picked up another, I have my 10 green cord customer, and I picked up another customer that ordered 4 full green cord as well. So now I'm in the process of fulfilling the 4 green cord order to that customer so that I can start splitting for next year into the bins. And we're just about ready to set those bins up. Probably in the next week or 2, we will start laying the yard out for the bins. So be looking forward to that. I know that Firewood on the Hill has been using bins. I've been kind of watching some of his stuff to see how it's working out for him. He's having really good luck with his drying process. So I'm very optimistic about this working out, and I will be able to ramp up production. I'm going to go hard all winter long. Got plenty of wood ready to be split and get those piles built up. Andrew did have a spoiler there. That's why I didn't bring it up, Heath, but you called yourself out. You called yourself out there, Heath. They are very nice knives. Very nice ones. Jack, you sold your Axis. I did see you took it off of Marketplace there, so congratulations to you on that. Hope you got what you needed, and hopefully you're going to be ordering your new toy here soon, if it's not already ordered. Hey, freaking Jeep just made it here. John, I actually played your voice message on the live stream. So I don't know if anybody has checked out the video or if it's done uploading. Jack had an idea that it was about splitting your pumpkins, but I don't know if he knows that for sure or if that was a guess. But everybody here has been issued your challenge. They've been directed to watch your video. So be looking for the responses. Good to see you here, buddy. Sorry I couldn't answer the phone earlier. I was in the midst of setting up for trick-or-treaters. Uh-oh. Dick sold his Wolf Ridge last week and is wanting a new toy. Everybody looking for stuff. Bert's Custom Cuts has a new demo toy to play with for Sunday's video. So we'll have to check that out and see what he's into. And we have a question from Glowing Firewood, New Jersey. I got the Wolf Ridge bagger, but I got the 1.25 instead of the 1 cubic foot. So I have to return it and get the other one, and then I can make a video. All right, so 1.25, yeah. Most of the bundles that are sold around here, whether they're wrapped or bagged, are 0.75 cubic feet. As you know, I make mine, I call them 1 cubic foot, but they're normally a little bit bigger than that, probably between 1 and 1.3 cubic feet the way I do them. But bundles are still ripping out of the stand. The store called the other day. I took 40 more bundles to them. That's about every 3 weeks for just that one store now. 1.25 is a pretty big bundle. So yeah, if you can get the 1 cubic foot one, I think you'll be kind of right where you need to be. Two pallets high on the ground. Yep, that's my plan there, Chris, as well. For the floors, go 2 pallets high, get more air flowing underneath the piles. And here we go. Symington Seasonal Services. I pile rather than stack and always dries very well. Yep, that's what everybody's saying. You get to a volume, and I don't know what that volume would be. Might be different for everybody. But I think you get to a point where stacking no longer makes sense. And maybe I've already been at that point for a while. I don't know. But if I'm looking to do, eventually, I'd like to do 80 to 100 cords a year. Stacking is out of the question. I mean, I'm doing 40 or 50, 60. Last year I did 60. This year I only did about 50 cords, including the Greenwood customer. But stacking's just, it's not going to happen for me anymore. So let me know in the comments what you think the magic number is when your process grows to a point where stacking no longer makes sense. Yep. Yadkin Valley Outdoor says they've never, ever had a problem with piling wood. In North Carolina, it dries well, just as always. Keep it off the ground. Yeah, North Carolina, I think it's very similar to our climate here in Maryland. Doesn't get quite as cold there, but their precipitation is about the same. And here we go. John frickin' Jeep. He sawed one on the mill and smashed one in the splitter. Oh, man. I don't know how big of a mess that's going to make. I don't know if I want to clean all that mess up. I definitely am not going to run a pumpkin through the box wedge. But maybe on the axis. Maybe on the axis. Maybe I can smash one with the grapple truck as well. We'll see. We'll respond to your challenge there, buddy. Andy Stanfly, still working. Have a good night. Well, happy Halloween to you as well. There, Andy, I hope you have a good night. Hey, Heath, I don't think we bought any pumpkins this year either. We did not buy any pumpkins. We didn't even get to carve any this year. Baseball practice and softball practice every night. No time to we just barely have time to sit down and eat dinner. So there was no carving pumpkins this year. Jack, I know what your plan is, but I will keep it under my hat. I know what your plan is, but I think that'll make for some good content. Unless it's changed. Unless what you told me earlier unless you got a different idea. Logger Jason, how much do you wholesale your bundles for? So out of my stand, they're $7 each or 3 for $20. And I wholesale them for $5 a piece. And I think they sell them for $8. So it might actually be it's $8 plus tax, I think. So that's the deal I make, and they have to buy a minimum of 40 at a time to get that price. That's the deal I made with that particular store. And you can adjust that based on how many you're buying. Like, what do you consider wholesale? If somebody wants to buy 10, is that wholesale? If somebody wants to buy 20 every time they order, is that wholesale? That's a decision you have to make and kind of base your price around that. So I was trying for 50 at a time, but they really didn't have the space to hold 50. So we came to an agreement for 40, and I gave them that price for 40 at a time. Heath is building his pallet collection right now to get 2 pallets on the ground as well. A few other ideas to try, but first I have to open up the Woodyard more. Heath, you're nowhere near me, but if you needed pallets and we're closer, I could hook you up. I got plenty of supply of pallets right now. That doesn't mean it's going to continue, but for right now, I've got a good supply of pallets coming in. $2 million. John, what are you talking about? $2 million. I must have missed something there. Oh, 2 million cords to pile rather than stack. Goodness gracious. And Jeff Levere says 1 cord. If you're processing 1 cord, you should not be stacking. Yeah, pallets can, as they start to get old and you walk on them and they start busting under your feet, that can get a little frustrating. But when that starts happening, I normally just throw it out and put a new one in. I keep plenty of them around here just for that reason. Jack says, I think your mountains of wood will do great where you are, Brad. Full sun and wind, perfect location. Yeah, there's always wind across that field. Some days more than others, obviously, but plenty of sun. I think it's going to be all right. Will says, you are the only determiner. Determiner. Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word. Let me know. If you're the only determiner of your own threshold till you just pile. But for me, I'd be 15 cord in a field. So 15 would be his idea of when to move from stacking to piling. And shade has been the killer for Dick at Old Guy Firewood. Can't store anything in the shade. Yeah, that really slows it down for sure. I notice sometimes on my piles, one side of them will be bleached out a lot quicker than the other side. I mean, eventually both sides get it, but one side certainly, you can tell, dries out just a little bit sooner than the other side. Andrew, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Good talking to you, and keep us updated on all the exciting things going on up there in Perth. Has anyone tried a vapor barrier under their pallets or totes or however you store to dry? I haven't had really good luck with vapor barriers, not necessarily for firewood, but for anything for that matter. I feel like it holds moisture, it attracts ants, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's in the comments below. I just haven't got to it yet, but I don't think I would explore that until I let somebody else do the research for me. Chris LeBlanc does wholesale, 75 wholesale, 500 in town, 540, 20 miles away, did over 10,000 bundles. Wow. That is a lot. Are you doing exclusively small quantities, or do you do bulk firewood as well? Will, I always need totes. I always need totes. If you've got totes, I will take them. I'm trying to gradually phase out the totes. If you remember a year or so ago when I was getting totes for free from a contact I had, they were the 275 cages, but they were mounted to wooden pallets, and they just haven't held up as well as the ones with the metal bottoms. So I'm slowly trying to phase out the pallet totes and get exclusively the metal bottom totes. So yeah, Will, if you've got them, I'll take them. The firewood hut, I will not make different piles for each species. Everything will go together, except the only thing I do separate is the cherry, because I have some customers that exclusively ask for cherry. I know some wood, I guess the next question would be, some wood dries quicker than others. Oak and locust take a little bit longer. But I am not going to separate it. I used to separate it when I first began this several years ago, but I have found that just it slows you down. It makes you handle wood, move wood around more than you need to. So I have moved to just exclusively mixed hardwoods. The only thing Yadkin Valley Outdoor stacks is smoker and cooker wood, cherry, hickory, and white oak in totes. And there you go. 3 Green Acres Firewood does the vapor barrier under his pallets. So tell us how that works out for you. And the York Woods here does landscape fabric with a few wood chips over it. I'm curious to know how that works out. I tried, well, you all remember when I tried the wood chips on the ground in the yard, that eventually just turned to dirt and mud and a mess. But I'm wondering how the wood chips over the fabric work out, because eventually they do break down. So let me know, how long have you been doing it and how well is it working? And there is our friend Joe Gilbert. How are you doing, Joe? No worries that you're late. You are a busy man as well. Good to see you here. Happy Halloween. Bert's Custom Cuts is heading out. He's got to be up and at work by 2 a.m. Goodness gracious. Well, get yourself some rest. Have a good night, and thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that. Yes, Greg. Joe at Ohio Woodburner does swear by stacking. He's got himself a good high school kid there that does his stacking for him. I met him. We stopped by Joe's the day before Paul Bunyan started, and I got to talk to him, and we had a pretty good, it was a short conversation, but it was a nice conversation about him and his work ethic, and how he, how when you make $1 after doing some hard work, how you appreciate things more. When you're able to purchase something with money that you've worked for, you take better care of it. We've talked about this before, but I really, really, really enjoy seeing young people with good work ethic. And I told him that. I said, there's not too many kids like you around. There's not too many young people like you around that you run into that are ready to get their hands dirty and put in some hard work to make a good $1. And I think he appreciated that. I hope it encouraged him a little bit to keep doing what he's doing. But Joe's got a good guy there helping him out. And a super chat here from our friend, the hardworking man, Mr. Heath. Top your glass. Well, we're almost there, Heath. Not quite, but we're getting close. Cheers to you, buddy. I started a little bit earlier tonight because of trick-or-treating, so I was sipping a little bit before we went live. So I'm trying to take it just a little bit easy. There in the beginning, when we first started doing the live streams, I would end up, my face would be beet red. Embarrass myself maybe a little bit in the beginning. I don't know. But thank you for the super chat there, my friend. And the firewood hut always puts plastic down before pallets. I will tell you that the way I've been doing it with the 2 rows on the pallets with the air gap in the middle, I do get some weeds that tend to grow up in between those stacks. Some of them end up looking like little trees before the wood gets dried and hauled out. So plastic might prevent that. Or here's another idea. He cuts the IBC tote bladders and puts those under his pallets. So that probably might work even better than plastic or landscape fabric. And Chris's business is 90% bundled wood. So yeah, that's the way to go. If you've got the business and you've got the clients and you've got the market for it, small quantities is definitely the way to go. Joe at Ohio Woodburner has told me that quite a few times, that I need to go away from selling bulk firewood and try to get into restaurants and smaller quantities. But we'll see. I don't know. Not there quite yet mentally in my head. BGW Enterprises. I've done tarp under wood. Works best with an actual roof. Yeah, I'm sure. You can keep air moving and keep a roof over it. That's probably, obviously, the best case scenario. And there is my good friend Ben. How you doing, buddy? Glad to see you stopped in. And I know that you commented on the video from Wednesday of my baby getting put back together. She heartbroken there for me a little bit, but everything's all better now. Good as new. Oh my goodness. Joe is getting rid of the mini excavator and getting a bigger machine. Well, Joe, we're going to have to put it through some paces. You might as well let me know when you're ready to bring it over, and we can show it off to the Woodhound community. Everybody can see what you got. Have a good night there. Adirondack Woodsman is heading out. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Halloween to you, and I hope you have a good night. Country Roads Life. Have you had any of the Wisconsin Old Fashioned with the syrup? I absolutely have. When Val makes those for me the past couple of weeks, that's what she has been using, and I've grown to like it. I like it quite well, actually. So I've definitely been turned on to a little bit different variation of an old fashioned. It's very good. So absolutely. The York Woods puts his pallets on wood chips. Been 4 or 5 years so far. Stays covered with wood for the most part, and the chips haven't broke down much. Wow, 4 or 5 years. That's really good. You know, I think mine broke down so much because I was driving over them and constantly working them into the dirt. But yours get to kind of go undisturbed. You're laying your pallets on them and they don't get messed with a whole lot. So maybe that's the difference there. And the firewood hut. Robbie from Ohio Woodburner already bought his first truck. Yes, I forgot about that. He told me he has great work ethic. That certainly, that's a good dude right there. Yes, WD, I did see your comment about the totes. If you've got them, I will take them. Trying to get metal bottom ones. And I think the ones that you get have the metal bottom. So if so, save them up for me, and maybe I can, when you get a bunch of them, I can make a trip down, or you can make a trip up, and we'll go to lunch and cut some wood. You'd let me know. Let me know what you want to do. We will work it out, bud. Randall Clay in the house. Good evening, everyone. I am toasting you all with a glass of Yukon Jack. Glad you did get your saw back together. There you go. Here's a toast to you. Happy Halloween. Yes, I'm glad it got back together as well. Yadkin Valley Outdoors, have a great night. Thanks for jumping in the chat there and interacting with everybody. Really appreciate that. Have a great day tomorrow. Yes, my baby is better than new with a brand new handle. You know, I didn't realize how much of a difference that white plastic, changes and yellows. When I put, well, I can show you. I got it here. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but you can see from that cover to the handle. I don't know if the camera really shows it, but that cover is kind of yellowed and the handle is nice. Maybe you can tell right here from this to this. That white plastic definitely changes colors. But I put that new handle on there. I was like, man, it looks brand new again. Country Roads Life. Send me some more bottles. We can do a little trade-off. I'll send you some merch and you can send me some bottles of syrup. How about that? I don't expect you to send that up to me for nothing. We can work something out. You let me know what you need. Logger Jason, if you come visit in March or April, I will send you home with a half a gallon of syrup. That would make quite a few old fashions. Quite a few, a half a gallon. All right. Well, we are past 9 o'clock. I didn't even realize it had gotten that late already. So trivia questions. I don't know if I'm going to do trivia questions or if we'll do something a little different. So tonight, you're going to have your choice of one of those tumblers that I showed you, or since we were talking about it, a firewood at the furnace pocket knife. For all of you people who don't carry one, you should carry one every day. My dad taught me that a long time ago. I didn't always listen to him, but now I do. Or a white firewood at the furnace tumbler. Those are your two choices tonight. Let me see how I want to do this. All right, so the first thing we are going to do for those of you who are still with us is, let me find something to write on here. I ordered 2 Easton Made sweatshirts from the apparel shop, and I put one of them on Facebook, I believe, or YouTube maybe. Tell me what the front of that shirt said. Tell me what the front of that shirt said, and you will win a prize. First comment. Gosh, I guess spelling shouldn't have to count because it is a little bit different. Here we go. Hardworking man, first one, I think. Yep, hardworking man was the first one. So you can stop commenting on that. Hardworking man. Actually, I'm going to take the first 3 comments. So hardworking man, old guy firewood, and Logger Jason. All 3 of you win. So what I need you to do, you got to help me keep this straight here, is I need you to send an email to me. Don't comment on the chat because I'll have to go back and find it. So just send an email to me. The 3 of you, Logger Jason, old guy firewood, and hardworking man. Send me an email. Let me know if you want a tumbler or a knife. Tumbler or a knife. All right. Yeah, spell check, change it to black. I saw everybody was doing that. All right, so we are going to do another one. So that's funny. Spell autocorrect. It's funny. BGW Enterprises. I added some photos to Facebook of a 500i that was given to me post-damage. The handle is missing all the important handle part. amongst other things. Yeah, so when I went to buy the handle, I'll show you that as well. This is the old one. When I went to buy the handle, which is just this part, he asked me, he said, do you need any, is your trigger assembly okay? And I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's fine. He said, okay, because it comes with none of this, right? So nothing in here, the cover, all the linkage, the trigger, the safety bar, everything on there, nothing comes with it. The only thing that came with it was the cap, the gas cap. So, yeah, luckily none of that was damaged, because that obviously is even more money and more parts you need to buy. So, yeah, when you get the handle, you need everything else as well. All right, where are we at here? Hey, there's a super chat from WD30. Thanks for another great live stream. And Will, that's going to finish this glass off. Thank you, sir. Cheers to you, buddy. And we have a question here from the Hogs Logs. What is the oddest firewood delivery you've made? I had a unique delivery this week, delivered 1/6 of a cord to the 3rd floor of a lakefront home in their elevator. Wow, that is very unique. I've never had anything that even compares to that. But I will tell you that one lesson that I learned early on delivering firewood, gentleman called me and needed a full cord of wood stacked right in his backyard. He said, I can back right up to where it needs stacked. Well, little did I know, yes, I backed up next to where it needed stacked, but there was a hedgerow with like rock landscaping, bushes, and flowers planted. Like it was only about 2 or 3 foot wide, but I couldn't walk through it. So I gave this guy a price to stack a cord of wood on what I thought was, I was going to back right up and stack it right out of the trailer. And I ended up having to walk about 20 feet around this hedgerow back and forth to stack this wood. So I don't know if that's odd or if that's just a learning experience, but now I ask more questions and I get more clarification before I give a price over the phone for stacking wood, especially. But wow, 6th floor or 3rd floor in the elevator. That's pretty wild. And then, of course, the other delivery that I made when I backed into the lady's yard, and she had old landscaping ties in there with rebar sticking out of the ground that I didn't know about. And as I backed up to the pile, I heard air rushing out of my trailer tire. That was a fun one. Yep. I actually delivered to her the other day, and we dumped in a different location this year. But there's a couple stories right there that I can tell you. Country Road Life, have a good night. Thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate it. Have a great day tomorrow as well. Glowing Firewood, New Jersey made a delivery with a shopping cart. There you go. Yes, William Klein, you remembered that. Yep, you brought that up for me. All right, so let's do one more giveaway. We gave away 3. We're going to give away 1 more to make up for last month. And what we're going to do for this is there's 106 people in the chat right now. 104 it just dropped to. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 104. You can guess as many times as you like. And the first one I see that has this number that I just wrote down on this pad will get their choice of what they would like. So we're going to wrap it up with this. So I will stand by and watch the numbers. Guess as many times as you like. And I am standing by. This could go on for a while. I wasn't thinking real clearly when I just decided to do it this way. Oh, one of you. Oh, there it is. Walter Gregory, 78. The year I was born. You are the winner. So again, Walter Gregory, send me an email to firewood@thefurnace@gmail.com. I will throw it up on the screen there for you again. So you know, you are the winner. Let me know if you would like the tumbler or a pocket knife. All numbers are done. We have a winner. Glowing Firewood, New Jersey has a story. He had to go through the garage, into the backyard to stack, and I didn't know that's what I had to do. So I have re-quoted them a price. Well, that's probably quite a ways you had to walk. So that was probably definitely warranted. Yeah, so you learn to ask more questions as you go. Different things that happen to you. Sometimes you just got to kind of eat it and use it as a learning experience, but in a situation like he had, that was going to take probably double the time to get that wood stacked. All right, so that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here on this Halloween night. Appreciate you taking some time out and from your festivities and joining us here on the live stream. So we will be back here again next, I don't know, the last Thursday of November, Thanksgiving time. So until then, hope you all have a great week. We will see you back Wednesday morning with our Wednesday video. Thank you all to the super chatters, all the people who commented and made the conversation great tonight, and the moderators. So until next time, have a great night, everybody. Take care.